LeBron James is back tonight after the broken nose, and he's wearing a protective mask. An interesting look for LeBron.
Welcome back to Era Defined, where we break down the moments, players, and performances that reshaped the game of basketball. Today, we revisit a version of LeBron James that felt more myth than man. Not the rookie phenom, not the Cleveland hero, not even the Miami champion. This was something different. This was masked LeBron, a short-lived, unstoppable force that turned a facial injury into a statement of dominance. Masked LeBron was a force to be reckoned with. In the long and legendary career of LeBron James, there are moments that stand out not just for what he accomplished, but for how he looked doing it. Among them, one version of LeBron feels like it belongs in a comic book rather than on a basketball court. Masked LeBron. It was the 2013 to 2014 NBA season. LeBron was in the final stretch of his time with the Miami Heat, still at the height of his physical dominance, still feared across the league. But on February 20th, 2014, everything changed. In a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, LeBron caught an inadvertent elbow from Serge Ibaka, breaking his nose.
And hammer it down.
And he's down.
And he is down.
He got hit in the nose. That's coming from the nose of LeBron James. The finish at one end, you're wondering, did he take a shot from Serge Ibaka?
Wow.
He's dazed.
He missed the next game. But when he returned on February 27th against the New York Knicks, he was different. He was masked. And he was terrifying. The protective black carbon fiber mask wasn't new to the NBA. Players had worn masks before. Kobe.
The masked man. He's got 10 first quarter points.
Rip Hamilton. Kyrie. But when LeBron James walked onto the floor wearing his version, a sleek, villainous design that looked like something out of a DC movie, it instantly became iconic. Not just because of the aesthetics, but because of the sheer destruction that followed. In his very first game wearing the mask, LeBron dropped 31 points on 13 of 19 shooting in just 37 minutes. The Heat blew out the Knicks, but it wasn't just the scoring. LeBron looked unstoppable. The mask, instead of being a hindrance, seemed to unleash something in him. He attacked the rim with even more force. He pulled up from deep with no hesitation. His defensive intensity looked elevated. The basketball world took notice. Over the next several games, masked LeBron became a phenomenon. The numbers were absurd. In the 6 games he wore the mask, LeBron averaged 30.4 points per game on an astonishing 63.4% shooting from the field. He wasn't just scoring. He was doing it with an efficiency rarely seen from a perimeter player, especially one carrying the offensive burden of a contending team. Then came the explosion. On March 3rd, 2014, the Miami Heat faced off against the Charlotte Bobcats. What followed was one of the greatest individual performances in NBA regular season history.
Team the three.
Three threes tonight. Wow.
LeBron scored a career-high 61 points. He shot 22 of 33 from the field, including 8 of 10 from 3. He was locked in from the opening tip, hitting mid-range jumpers, threes, fadeaways, and finishing at the rim through contact. It was basketball poetry, delivered in a black mask. LeBron didn't even play the entire game. He exited with 1 minute and 24 seconds remaining, having done enough damage. The Heat won by 24. The Bobcats didn't stand a chance. What made the performance even more staggering was how effortless it looked. LeBron wasn't forcing shots. He wasn't hunting points. He was simply taking what the defense gave him, and then some. The mask didn't just protect his nose. It symbolized something more. A focused, locked-in version of LeBron that felt invincible. The run of masked LeBron didn't last long. The NBA eventually asked him to switch to a clearer version of the mask for safety and visibility reasons. the iconic black mask was shelved. But in that brief stretch, LeBron gave fans a version of himself that felt mythological. It was the perfect intersection of narrative and performance. A hero turning into an anti-hero. A superstar becoming a supervillain. But what does this short stretch really tell us about LeBron James? First, it reminds us of his adaptability. LeBron didn't just return from injury, he returned better. Many players struggle with facial injuries. They become hesitant, tentative, worried about re-injury. Not LeBron. He came back more aggressive. The mask didn't slow him down. If anything, it gave him a psychological edge. He played like a man with nothing to lose. Second, it shows the completeness of his game. During the masked LeBron stretch, he wasn't just attacking the basket. He was hitting threes at an elite clip. He was defending multiple positions. He was rebounding, assisting, leading. He didn't need a mask to prove his greatness, but it served as a visual cue that we were witnessing something rare. Third, it adds to the legend. When people talk about LeBron, they mention the 2007 finals run, the block on Iguodala in 2016, the 2020 bubble championship. But the mask era? That was LeBron in pure dominance mode, unshackled by pressure, expectations, or even facial injuries. He just played and dominated. Statistically, the masked LeBron stretch is one of the most efficient scoring bursts in his career. He had higher scoring months, but few with the same combination of volume, efficiency, and presence. The 61-point game stands as a career high. The 63.4% shooting over 6 games is near unheard of for a wing. And the fact that he did it while recovering from a facial fracture? It's the kind of detail that gets lost over time, but deserves to be remembered. In terms of cultural impact, masked LeBron became an instant meme and fashion statement. Fans bought replicas, artists created fan art. The image of LeBron in the black mask became part of NBA visual history. It wasn't just a moment, it was a movement. And yet, LeBron barely acknowledged it. He wasn't interested in theatrics. For him, the mask was functional. The rest, just noise. That's perhaps the most LeBron thing about the whole saga. While the world was mesmerized by the look, he stayed focused on the game. Today, with LeBron still active and adding to his legacy, masked LeBron remains one of those you-had-to-be-there moments. A stretch of games that perfectly captured the unique blend of power, skill, and showmanship that defines his career. It didn't last long, but it didn't need to. It was a flash of greatness, magnified by mystery. In an era of super teams and superstar drama, masked LeBron reminded us that sometimes the game itself is enough. No gimmicks, no controversy. Just a player, a mask, and the pure, unstoppable pursuit of dominance. So how good was masked LeBron? He was as good as it gets. A force of nature with a new face. For a few unforgettable games, LeBron James didn't just play basketball. He became a legend inside the legend. And in the story of his career, masked LeBron will always be one of the most unforgettable chapters.